Welcome to Central Asia. I've just arrived in Tashkent, the capital of Uzbekistan, and a historical crossroads of the Silk Road. Today is a city where ancient bazaars and mosques sit beside Soviet landmarks and futuristic metro stations as it tries to throw off its old Soviet shackles and define a new way forward. This is my first stop in my journey across Uzbekistan, which includes the ancient cities of Khiva, Bukhara and Samarkand. But first of all, join me as we explore Tashkent. One of the best places to feel Tashkent's history is at the Chorsu Bazaar, a massive market which historically has been the trading post for the Silk Road, where caravans pass through to trade silk, spices, ceramics and other goods. And today we have a green dome that was built in the 1980 by the Soviets. And that's where some of this history collides with modernity and Soviet brutalism, as we can see right over there. Let's go and have a look inside as we make our way over to that green dome. There's nothing better than a traditional market, the hustle and bustle, and people doing all sorts of stuff. Like, I don't know if they're making their own chips out of turnips over there. Lots of fresh fruit, just really good looking stone fruit. Lots of really good looking stone fruit, to be honest. There's lots of spices on offer. Let's see what's inside the green dome. The inside of the dome is absolutely massive. Look at that, isn't that huge? Here this is the butchery section, so they're just chopping up bits and pieces. There's a couple of carcasses there, but it doesn't look it's not too offensive, to be honest. This guy's selling all the dried stuff, like dried kiwis and all of that sort of stuff, seeds, spices, all the stuff. What's going on here is that the bottom, all of that area is all your meat and dairy products, and then up here is all your spices and dried fruits and all those sorts of knick-knacky type things. No matter where you go in the world, you always find something happening at a market. These markets are quite interesting. They're very large, so you can spend hours walking around here if you're looking for something in particular, looking for knick-knacks, looking for particular perhaps herbs and spices, or just wanted to have a bit of a walk around. In the air you can actually smell that mix of herbs and spices, and you can then also smell burnt meat or meat that's been cooked over coals, because there's people selling those big long skewers of meat around the place. But we're going to keep moving, see what else is in Tashkent. The Tashkent Metro was completed in 1977, and it was a bit of a showcase of Soviet ingenuity, and it's also functional as well. Each station has its own unique design. Now, the Soviets really have a good knack for designing fantastic metro stations. So the thing about this train, it actually looks like brand new rolling stock, so it looks pretty new and pretty modern. My new friend, what's your name?
My name is Asadullah.
Asadullah. My name is Adam. Good to meet you. Wow, this is an amazing one. Look at that architecture. The Tashkent Metro only has 4 lines, and when you buy a ticket for one journey, including all your transits. It's a fairly economical way to get around town. I think it costs it's like a 30 Australian cents or 20 US cents for a ticket. Oh, look at that hotel. That's crazy, isn't it? Look at that. That is a classic Soviet era hotel. These vast brutalist buildings are something that we come to expect when we go to ex-Soviet states like Uzbekistan. You see this sort of stuff in places like Ukraine, Belarus. You even see it in places like Moldova and Romania, which had close associations with the Soviet Union. And it's sort of, I think that sort of, architecture that you see, that's a little bit different to what you expect in anywhere else in the world, really. These ex-Soviet states really do this sort of big and bold and a little bit sort of, a bit soulless architecture really well. The next place we've got is interesting as well. This is a clock tower. You see clock towers like this in lots of the Islamic world. I know in places like Marrakesh you'd probably find a clock tower like this. You certainly do. Thank you. That looks beautiful as well. Very Islamic inspired as well. And in fact, in this town, Tashkent, you do see some of these old designs like this. And this is what I was talking about at the start of the video, is that it's a very much a old meets new, new meets old type of city. It's trying to forge its own path in the world, but it still clings on to a lot of this cultural heritage with all of these beautiful designs. This is the Amir Temur Square, and that's Amir Temur there. Amir Temur has a fascinating history. In the 1300s, he's widely regarded as bringing this region of the world its golden age. The time when Amir Temur conquered much of Central Asia into India and Persia as well. And he made Samarkand the capital of the empire and filled it with gardens and mosques and really made the region what it is today. And he's known as a bit of a hero in Uzbekistan, even though in some other places he's known to have brought a bit of bloodshed as well. But that's it, isn't it? History is often written by the victors, and Amir Temur certainly is one of those. Okay, we'll get one. Okay, 5,000. I've got no idea what the real price is here, but that sounds like it's got to be negotiated. Susan's got the money.
Ice cream?
How much is that? How much is the ice cream? How much?
15. Вкусный.
What does that mean? All right, how much? 10,000. Can I look? I want to look. All right, we'll just get it anyway. I think he's going to make me one. Here we go. I've got an ice cream coming out for $1. I've got no idea. I think he said something like pistache. I don't know. Pistachio? Anyway, Susan's going to get the money out for this one because it's another...
Andijanski.
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 Andijanski. Is that your name, Andy Jansky? Andijanski. What does that mean? Okay, thank you. So that's like $1 Australian, or like 60 cents American. 111, yeah. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I don't know if I got done or not there, but I'm happy to pay it. Let's have a taste. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, good. Bit creamy as well. Vanilla. Got some brown bits in it, which I don't know if that's caramel or just discoloration, but it tastes pretty good. One of the things is that when you're in a country where you don't really speak the language, you don't really know how much stuff's supposed to cost, you often think you're getting ripped off. Like, I always think I'm getting ripped off, and the prices are so variable and you just don't really know what the story is. Well, it's not really that you're getting ripped off so much, is that you probably just don't understand what real prices are supposed to be. So if someone offers you something for 10,000, it's supposed to be 5,000. Are you really getting ripped off if you accept it? I don't know. And I guess that's the sort of stuff that happens a lot back in Indonesia as well, is that prices are highly variable and you've just got to sort of navigate your way around it. It's not really a rip-off, but it's just not fixed price. Kukaldash Madrasah is a Islamic school, which is absolutely stunning, and I'm going to go inside and check it out if I can, but I don't know if I've got the right clothing on. And the inner courtyard of the madrasa is absolutely spectacular. The madrasa was opened in the 1500s, believe it or not. It's a very old structure. Over the years, obviously, that's undergone a bunch of renovations, and a series of earthquakes have really led to it sort of falling into disrepair a little bit, especially over the Soviet period, where this was actually used as a warehouse because under the Soviet rule, apparently, they weren't allowed to practice their religion. Now, I know communism generally doesn't like religion, but I thought that some religion was allowed, but I'm not really up on that. But yeah, this was used as a warehouse up until Uzbekistan got its independence from the Soviet state back in early 1990s. This inner courtyard is really quite peaceful and a massive contrast to the outside area here in Tashkent. Tashkent is really a blend of old and new. It's bustling in some parts quiet and peaceful in others. And it's this real contrast that I find quite interesting. Interestingly, the city was almost completely destroyed in 1966 when a very, very destructive earthquake hit the city. And what happened was that they brought in all the Soviet engineers and construction workers and decided to redo the city. And that's why you have all these grand wide boulevards here and austere concrete buildings and apartment blocks in the city, which contrast with some of these older buildings. And it's that real utilitarian part of Tashkent which I think makes these places, which have a lot more charm and character, stand out that much more. It's funny, we've been to quite a few ex-Soviet states now, and there's a certain character that a lot of the cities have, not all of them, but a lot of the cities have when they've had that top-down planning control. It feels like we even get that in the West sometimes in some of our top-down planned cities. They have these big wide boulevards, and there's a certain sterileness to them and a utilitarianism that goes along with it, which feels a little bit off. Okay, we've got this here. Look at this one. That is apples and 5,000. Okay, yeah, one. We'll get one for 5,000. It's got the apple and is it coriander or parsley? I'm not sure. I don't know, some milky substance. He's calling it like a lassi. We'll see what happens. There we go, beautiful. Oh, one apple. Nearly, oh, looks good. 5,000. That's equivalent to about 60 Australian cents, 40 US cents about. And Susan's going to try it. Put on a good face. Put on a good face. Salty? Okay. Salty, I'm going to try it.
Mint. Salty mint.
It is a salted milk and mint and apple drink. And I'm not thirsty, Susan can have that.
It's refreshing.
That's about all it is. Oh dear. Really salty, like over the top salty. Yeah, good. It's very good. Thank you. Very good, yeah. So salt, like really salty.
Could be iron.
Oh, it's like ayran. Oh, ayran. We've had ayran in Turkey before. Yeah, wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. It's a little bit local style here. This is actually pretty close to where we're staying. Our hotel's not far from here, but depending on which road you sort of wander up, you get a different feel for what's going on. So this is a more sort of local style, less modern little area. And definitely around here, we're seeing a lot more of the headscarves, and there's a lot more religious bookshops and that sort of thing. I guess that all sort of ties in with the madrasah, and there's a big mosque there. I mean, even though the people of this country are generally Muslim anyway, it just feels a lot more thick here. Usually when you get into areas like this, you get a better feeling for the unique part of the culture as well. When these get too modern, they get very bland. And I guess that's what I sort of like about this little area, is that you can go and get a little glass of that ayran, which someone's gone and I guess put a bit of work into, and it's actually cheaper than what we paid for a bottle of water earlier. It's just a little bit more real. Susan's not making good headway on that drink, like it's still full. Maybe she's not thirsty anymore. The more that Susan and I talk about that drink, the more we're convinced it's ayran. We've actually had it in a few different places. Turkey, we've definitely had it on the train once. A guy was trying to be very kind to us and gave us a full bottle of it that we proceeded to drink in front of him. And another thing happened when we were in Armenia. We were hitchhiking, really quite remote. Well, we weren't even hitchhiking, we were just standing on the side of the road for a bus, and a dude just picked us up as if we were hitchhikers. And that guy stopped in and he said, oh, there's a specialty in this area. And he picked us up a 600ml bottle each of ayran, which we which he proceeded to watch us drink, which was tough going as well. I'm not a fan of this ayran. Maybe we're just used to sweet drinks rather than salty drinks. The traditional hats here in Uzbekistan are called doppet, and I think I'm going to buy one. It looks pretty cool, eh? Is it like this or like that? Like that is okay? Like that. So I'm supposed to wear it like that? Wow. This is one of the cultural traditions in Uzbekistan. How much? 25. 25. Okay, 25,000. I think that's not a bad price. All right, I'll buy it. 25,000 is about $3 Australian or $2 US. It's actually the afternoon now. This morning was pretty cloudy and overcast, but this afternoon, and it is quite late now, it's about 5:30 in the afternoon, the sun's come out and it is boiling hot. It's into the 30s for sure. And there's hardly a cloud in the sky. It is beautiful. So now Susan's gonna wear my hat, but that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? That hat suits Susan better than it suits me. That is really cool. Very, very fashionable. I reckon I'm pretty fashionable too with my hat. I've come down to the Temur Mosque. It's quite beautiful. Look at that tile work. I really like all that inset. I don't know what that's called, but I really like the look of that. That is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the inside courtyard is like this. So peaceful. We're on YouTube. You know YouTube?
YouTube.
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 Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube there?
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Sanur Diaries. Sanur Diaries. It's my new friend. Assalamualaikum. Yeah. Outside the mosque. Thank you, yeah? Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, light's nice over here. Beautiful. I've come back inside the mosque courtyard because I spotted this pole with this beautiful, beautiful carving on it. And that pole goes up to there, and the whole roof all the way along is all carved beautifully. The Temur Mosque here in Tashkent is an unbelievable mosque. Absolutely stunning, very beautiful, very peaceful, and it's actually got a nice breeze flowing through it as well. It's quite warm at the moment, so it's nice to sort of sit in there and just catch your breath, relax, just take it in. Beautiful. Hello. Oh, but I put my seatbelt on. So one of the things you can do here is you can either take the metro around the place, which is really cheap and convenient. You can even use a credit card, just tap on, tap off if you want, or and which we've been doing a lot of. But the other thing you can do is catch a cab, or it's like Uber or whatever. It's called Yandex Go. Very good service, and most trips are costing about 30,000, about $3.50 Australian, or about $2.50 US. That's pretty cool. This guy's got YouTube on his car radio. Uzbek, yes.
Australia.
Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. No, I don't understand. That one over there. Yeah.
Anti-radar.
Oh, anti-radar. This guy's got anti-radar. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. It's got his speed on it, and then it's got the actual speed limit, and then it's got some other thing saying when the next speed camera is. It actually tells him when that is. I'm not sure if it jams it or not, but that's pretty cool. That's cool. Over there in the corner. Over there in the distance, you can see a big TV tower. And you can actually go up it, and that's what we plan to do now. That's why we're heading over that direction. Hopefully we get up there before the sun sets, or just after the sun sets. It should be a pretty good view up there, I'd say. Guys just teach me how to say yes and no. So yes is da, and no, niet. Okay, I have to remember that one. Niet. Thank you, yeah. I think I need to brush up on my Uzbek and Russian. They speak both here. Apparently Uzbek is quite similar to Turkish. They're both similar languages, so I probably need to brush up on that. Maybe have to learn how to say thanks or, you know, hello and this sort of thing. Tashkent TV Tower is one of these things that you go and have a look at just to get a sort of a better view of the city, get an overview how big this city really is. You can see over there, it's quite vast. In the distance, we see some mountains, and then in that direction over there, it's plains as far as the eye can see. That's pretty iconic here in Central Asia. The steppe, the vast flat desert lands, which I hope to sort of visit during this trip. Very good. That's some music I can get into. This is Besh Kozon, and it's famous for a dish called plov. Plov is the national dish of Uzbekistan, a little bit like how nasi goreng is one of the national dishes of Indonesia. And the thing about plov, it's like a spiced rice dish like you might get in some other Middle Eastern countries or Morocco, where they have rice mixed with oil, a few herbs and spices, maybe some carrots and some raisins, and served up with your choice of sides. There you go, that's how it's cooked. That's a pretty big wok, that one. Look at that. This one's getting to the end. It's got a big pile of oil down the bottom, and he's doing the takeaway ones, it looks like. The other thing they do over here is a thing called somsa. And that is how they do it. They've got the bread all made up, and then they put it in there, and it's obviously an oven. It's like almost like a tandoor in India. You see that in quite a few different cultures around the world where they do the bread on the inside of a little oven like that. So we have a big hall here of the plov, and that's got little bits, I think, like chickpeas in there, a bit of beef on top. You've got little currants or raisins in there. Looks beautiful. Some people say it's a little bit oily, but it looks okay to me. It can't be any oilier than a nasi goreng, can it? That's the somsa, the bread. It's still warm. We have a little bit of a tomato salad, and then we have a couple of drinks. That there is a pomegranate juice, and Susan got a fresh lemonade. I might try my pomegranate juice first. That's going to be my first go. Let's have a go. Oh, that's real. Like, it's full of bits and not overly sweet. Wow, it's got a bit of a tartness to it. That is, that's really good. Okay, I'm just going to rip this bread open and see what it's like. It's a big, heavy bread. Like, that'll be enough for a whole family for a week. Ooh, it's quite nice. It's got a savouriness to it. That's good. Okay, I'll try this tomato salad. Looks pretty good. It's got a bit of tomato, a bit of onion on there, raw onion. Oh yeah. They are very, very flavoursome tomatoes. Bit of oil on top. Looks like a little bit of chopped up parsley on there maybe. There's a bit of mint in that as well. Well, that's good. Let's try that rice. That's good. For me, it's got a lot of similarity to a nasi goreng, honestly. Oh. That beef is melting in your mouth. And the good thing about it is, you know, with chickpeas there's a certain sort of flavour to it that defines sort of Middle Eastern food. That's what this is. That beef, wow. There's little bits of some sort of root vegetable, like a turnip or something in there as well, but you sort of can't really, it gives it a bit of a sweetness, which is nice. Big chilli, which I'm gonna not eat. That's so good. This is what we're here for, isn't it? We're here for the good stuff. Besh Kozon, absolutely wonderful, wonderful food. The price came out as $189,000, which is about, I don't know, $24 in Australian money, about, what, $16 or something around that mark in US money. Not a lot of money for two people with all that food. We got more food than we could eat. The drinks were perfect, like absolutely fresh. It's a great little spot. It's filled with locals. I know that a lot of tourists do like to come here because, you know, it's good food, clean, nice environment. But actually, it's a real local place as well, restaurant style. And so it's not street food, it's restaurant style. Just unreal, really good. And that draws to a close our first day here in Central Asia. Incredible experience, my first time in Central Asia. I'm glad you could come along for the ride with me today. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Indonesia and other places like Central Asia. I'll catch you next time, and Sampai Jumpa.